My name is Candace Antique Davis. I am the founder of an organization called Antique Edutainment, which is about using music as like a cultural revolution, and educating people on social justice issues and racist issues, especially in the United States, but definitely around the world. I'm here in Iran I was here for a conference called New Horizon, which this year's topic was about the police brutality against Black Americans and just in general human rights violations against Black Americans in the United States. The situation of Black American women is it's very complex. On the one hand, Black women have been given more institutional access than Black men. So more Black women go to college than Black men by far, because we're given that access as a way to undermine our families. If they can disempower the men and empower the women, then you create a split, right? So there are definitely more of us that are in upper managerial positions, that are just in leadership. So that's one side of it. The other side is that Black women are probably the most brutalized women in America. We're the ones who get, when you look at all of these police brutality videos, a lot of them are Black women who are being beaten by the police, raped by the police, and murdered by the police. And so there's also that side of it. We are, in terms of the image of us in the media, we are the most exploited women in the American landscape. We're shown in the media to be, these uneducated, loud, promiscuous women. And when you're in the community, you don't see that, right? But that's the image that's being sent around the world about who Black women are. So it's a very tricky kind of situation. I can't walk down the street and feel safe from anyone because the police could pull me over and beat me or rape me, and and then just random people on the street, because America's violent, So it's not a safe position to be in, but it's also just very complicated. I can't say that it's one or the other. It means to be a second-class citizen. It means you will be treated like you're less than everyone else. At the same time, Black culture is like everything that America's founded on. The music is Black people's music. Everything is ours, right? So America has a love-hate relationship with Black people. They want our culture. They want to look like us. They want to dress like us. But at the same time, they hate us. So it means that you'll always be stereotyped. It means that you'll always be treated like less. You'll always be having to prove yourself and to prove that you're worthy. And you're at risk at any time for anything to happen to you, because your rights are not respected. Black people have soul. We say that because that's the only word that we have to talk about what that is inside of us, and you can't take it. And that's the part that can't be conquered, no matter how hard they try, no matter how many of us they put in prison, no matter how many of us that they beat and abuse, they can't take it. And that is one of the biggest issues, the biggest resentments of white America, is that that's one thing they can't take from us. And they've taken everything. Like we live, a lot of Black people in America live in abject poverty. They have nothing, no lights in their house, no running water, but still, we still triumph, we still exist. We're miraculous people. Like the fact that Black people in America still exist is a miracle, and they hate to see that. The other part is that when they look at us, we remind them of what they've done. We remind them of you went to my homeland and you kidnapped us from our families and then enslaved us for 400 years and are still terrorizing us. So we remind them of that. We remind them, and they feel guilty, and they feel resentment about having to remember that they did that. Step one is our culture has to shift. Black Americans, capitalism, anything is profit, right? So our music and our culture has been taken and manipulated and profitized. So we have to reclaim our culture. That's the first thing that we have to do. And we have to reject the images that we're getting of ourselves in the media. We have to travel more. We need to see more of the world. We need to build global relationships so that we're not alone. We have to have a cultural revolution. We have to change our minds. And once your mind is free, nobody can keep you in chains. Even if you're in physical chains, if your mind is free, you're free. Thank you.